Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Raw Cloud. I just wanted to briefly get up here and do my best to try to put things in perspective of what's going on. There's a lot going on from like behind the scenes. So we wear all of these different hats, right? The white hats have to put on many hats to infiltrate. We do it just like how the black hats do, how the black hats will try to infiltrate certain organizations to obtain information, where the white hats do it the same way. And if you would go back and look at some of my previous videos and how like we go into like other timelines to past messages, and sometimes we encounter Illuminati super soldiers or their psychic soldiers, and they locate us. Don't know how they locate us, but they do. And they do it probably the same way that we do it. We have many ways of locating specific people in other timelines, but we don't touch anything that can disrupt the timelines. We go in past messages because you guys know from the past that these people, whether it be the Luciferians or the Cabal, they wanted their timeline to be played out. So we're still in these timeline wars. We're still in these timeline wars, and they are trying to both sides, the Cabal, the Luciferians, um, they are at it again. At each other necks again, and these are lower. Um, the, both sides are considered Illuminati. Both sides. Uh, the Cabal and the Luciferians, they all Illuminati's families, and sometimes they work together, sometimes they don't. They disagree on many things of how they want to operate, within our timeline. And I told you before, they fight amongst themselves because they see us as a resource. They really do see us as a resource, and they don't want to lose that resource, and they fight over resources. So when you hear about turfs and all of this other stuff, these are considered both high and low cabal members, um, and these are considered high and low Luciferians. They are at each other. They're pretty much at each other. And I gave you guys that rundown of red and blue, how the blue is the Dracos because they're high copper base, and if you cut them, they will bleed blue. Their blood is blue. Also, with the Luciferians, the Atlanteans, they are the fallen angelic human line, because long ago the Dracos needed to infiltrate a more human line because they didn't look like us. You can tell that they just was not gonna pass, so they could not infiltrate us the way they do other reptilian families that are more peaceful. So they started stealing genetics from all over the galaxy to try to infiltrate that planet society, whether it was there's many. Let's just say there's many ET races out there that you guys don't know about, that they have stole genetics from, modified, put their genetics in there, and sent in beings that look like that planet inhabit, and they infiltrate and steal secrets, and then try to take over and manipulate. The same thing that's going on right here with these lower families. They have ET races, like the Atlanteans, the fallen angelic human line. You're talking about the Pleiadian genetics was stolen to create the Aryans. Um, they became the Atlanteans. But anyway, let's get back to so I don't know if you guys heard about Mega or ICE arresting this judge for trying to help this immigrant evade capture and being taken back to their country. These people are not being taken back to the country. These So like I said, okay, Mega, ICE, they're all Nazi organizations. All of them belong to the Nazi organization. Oh, and I told you that Trump is helping Dark Fleet. Dark Fleet has always been behind the scenes in Antarctica. They have a base down there in the inner Earth places, but they've been operating secretly throughout the military, the deep state military. They also have seats with NATO, but they also have seats up there on the dark side of the moon, where the Democrats and the Republicans they both have seats up there, but they fight all the time. They fight all the time, and humans are caught in the middle of all of this dispute because they treat us as cattle. They treat us as cattle, but because they know that we don't understand our power. They don't. They know we don't understand it, and we had to incarnate. The starseeds had to incarnate down here, wake up at a specific time, and then start waking up everybody else slowly to win back their freedom because we gave them the power to manipulate us. We gave them by consenting to what was going on, and all we had to do is just come together and say, no, we don't want that. Um, and once we do that, all of these things that they have, it has to be lifted up. And if they don't, because that's just cosmic law, we don't have to participate in what they're doing. If they don't move away, when we all say no, we don't want to participate, we're not slaves, we know what's been going on. And if they don't move, well, there's other galactic beings that understand free will because everything is choice. Everything is choice. And this is how a God source created it. They will come in and remove them. Of course, they will fight. They won't win. And a lot of humans in the middle of it all will get hurt. But if that's something that we have to go through because of what we have allowed to take place, then that would be one of the things that humans will have to go through. These positive galactic beings really don't want to do it that way because, like I said, a lot of humans will get caught in the crossfire and a lot of humans will die based off in that particular war. But these guys will be removed like completely. We're talking about Luciferians and the Cabal, and the planet will be given back to the angelic human line. And from that point on, if we choose to work with positive beings um, to help us grow spiritually, for us to learn more about our history, that could take place. But it has to be something that we all have to choose and go with. So, and all of that hidden technology that is really was left here for the angelic human line, the positive angelic human line, to grow and learn and make the planet better, it will be given back to us. But anyway, so this judge, I'm gonna do my best to try to help put things in perspective. So just think of everything as being smoke and mirror, okay? And so we have to put on hats like this and infiltrate these secret societies to see what's going on. So this judge that was helping this immigrant uh, is both good and bad within that, because they are not. So Mega is not good. Okay, like I said, that's Nazi control. This particular immigrant has um, information, because ICE, as I left you guys a link a while ago on a video talking about these ICE agents, these positive lower ICE agents that doing their job got set up by, it was an inside job. It was an inside job. Um, they got set up. A lot of them got hurt and killed. And ICE told them to, which is they are ICE agents. Uh, Told them to be quiet. They try to hush them up. So ICE is dealing with a lot of human trafficking. They dealing with drugs. Um, they have other companies, like within Hollywood too, that have agents. These are companies, organizations. They're front companies to money laundering. Um, Everything, human trafficking, organ trafficking, all of this shit. Both sides are doing it. So MAGA is involved with the Nazis. ICE is a Nazi organization. Dark Fleet is in the White House, and they get Trump to sign specific executive orders uh, to do things from behind the scene that are, they put it in the news media as if it's positive. Now, I'm not picking on Trump, because this particular judge, too, is a cabal member. They're cabal members. So they're trying to get these immigrants. They're trying to get these immigrants that have information um, on each other. They have information on each other. Think of these organizations like the Crips and the Blood. You see where I'm going at? The Crips and the Blood, the blue and the red. They're all the same. All of them. Okay? It's the same shit, guys. It's the same thing. We're talking about the Crips and the Bloods. Okay, the red and the blue. Do you not understand where it's going at? And they trick us. They mentally trick us because they think we humans are stupid. Okay, that's how you need to look at this administration, as the Crips and the Bloods fighting each other. Higher Illuminatis, lower Illuminatis, and this stuff is so compartmentalized. And I told you that we have military that are kind of doing the same thing too. Like military is at odds with each other. You go back and look at the military, and this was over a year ago. I made that video, the military being at odds with each other. So they use hackers. They both have AI system, sophisticated AI system, and they try to infiltrate each other through that means to obtain each other information. And I've been an intelligence officer for a long, long time. Not just this lifetime, but many lifetimes. I've been an intelligence officer. I have to come back to this ordained world, and I have to play out the Akashic side of my existence, the side that I was born into. And this is the side that they can't touch, the organic timeline, because it disrupts a lot of things. Like back when Phil and Bill Cooper, um, when you kill someone you take someone from their organic timeline, it disrupted the whole time continuous system. And the Akashic, there's other beings that had to get involved because the deep state was doing this. It's the same thing with Kennedy. When they took out Kennedy, and they was taking out all of these people, it was causing the Mandela effect, because they were still supposed to you have an original time that you're supposed to leave this matrix system, and it's all God's source. It's all pretty much programmed into this matrix system, and they're not supposed to touch that at all. They're not supposed to touch it. Even when we do our 20 and back program, when we do that, they have to bring us back to the time that they take us, so that it does not mess with the our organic timeline. It has to be done that way, because it just messes up a lot of things. And if you take out too many people, and this is why they could not allow the planet to they couldn't kill off 90%. Other beings were involved with helping with that. The Dracos, which are the bitches of the galaxy, in my opinion, because they wanted that. They wanted that, and what would have happened? This whole system would have just collapsed on each other, because we need people. If they would have took out 90% of the Earth, this matrix system would have collapsed in on itself, because it need people to continue with the organic timeline. So they would have taken out young people that was supposed to grow up and create certain things to help the planet. That was not going to happen if they had taken out. So the system would have just collapsed. It would have folded in on itself. And these angel beings are not going to allow that to happen. So the Dracos don't have to worry about that, because this is not their planet. So they wouldn't have cared. The Dracos are so afraid that the humans are going to evolve and then one day come after them, which is inevitable. It's going to happen, because that's our natural progress. That's our natural evolution. And you cannot break natural evolution. They know that we are going to come after them. The angelic human line is going to rise again. This specific human, whether you're black, white, Mexican, Chinese, it doesn't matter. You still are. If you was born on this planet the right way, you are a part of the angelic human line. And your offspring one day, once all of this stuff levels out, and we are stopped being suppressed, and we get the technology to join the other alliances that's already out there. Like, we have many organizations, military forces that's off planet, and they are part of these positive alliances throughout the galaxy. And once we become free, once we are free, we can do the same thing. Like, when I do time jumps, I went into the future and I saw, how at some point in the near future, I'm talking about 10, 15 years from now, we're going to be working with positive beings, and it could be a little sooner than that as well, maybe 7 to 10 years. But we calculate, between 10 and 15 years from now, we're going to be working with positive beings to do positive things to help the planet, to help our growth. Um, I'm seeing a white van right now, and this could be an agent. I've had several agents follow me. Yeah, this could be an agent trying to track me. But I never mind them. They pop up all the time. Sometimes I'm out flying my drone, um, and they'll show up. So I know how to position myself in places that I can watch and monitor these people. So anyway, guys, when you listening to the news media, do not take things at face value. Always know that there is something else. Don't believe the media, okay? Because they have a strip that they go by, okay? Understand that there's red and blue is fighting. They're fighting at the lower level and they're fighting at the higher level. Some of these cabal members had joined Trump, which you saw when at the inauguration. They all was together speaking, and not all Luciferians are bad. Not all Luciferians are bad. I don't consider Trump being a bad individual, but they are doing bad things. Okay, they're doing bad things. He called it, making harsh decisions so that their bloodline can survive. And but the cabal members are doing the same thing too. So and they are continuously at each other's necks. Okay, so neither side are, they're not going to fit the organic timeline for humans to evolve. But all of this stress that they have placed on us is making us stronger, making us better. So don't look at it as something bad that is going on. Don't look at it like that. Think of this as we are becoming better. We are becoming stronger. Uh, and if you don't take things at face value, you look a little deeper, then you turn on those psychic abilities that you have. Use your intuition and look at it deeper. Start to break down these layers. Okay, you already know that the news media is owned and operated by either side of the cabal or the Luciferians. The Luciferians control Fox News, and the cabal control all of these other these networks to disinform the masses because we are not a part of their group. They see us as a resource, but we are way more powerful than that. Okay, their egos, their pride is pretty much on a demonic level. A demon, you can't tell a demon that it's evil. Uh, they're gonna continue to do what they do. It's just who they are. So, but you be who you are. Continue to hold that love and compassion, and let's keep going. Think of yourself as more than just being human, okay? Because you have been very powerful, intelligent beings before, and this is just another experience for us to go through and learn from. We're powerful. Walk with that power. Walk with your power every day. Know just how strong you are, and let no one knock you down. Okay? I love, honor, and respect all of you. Have a good day.